What's better? Send 200 people to the certain death but save 2000 people, or try to save these 200 but there's a risk that 2000 people will die. I never thought that at 16 years I would face such a task, but in the world where ruthless move up to the career ladder, I somehow miraculously reached the top and ruled the country. The first task at this position was to deal with fire at the uranium warehouse. I, like all managers, received a task at the terminal, in which was written: a uranium warehouse caught fire. 200 people were locked in it. To put out the fire, the warehouse had to be dosed with acid, along with the people. If you don't flood the warehouse with acid and start rescuing them, there's a chance of nuclear explosion that will kill 2,000 people. This was my first task at the post of the governing a country, in which ANTISPARE was introduced. Kurapov, make a decision immediately, while you are thinking. The warehouse is burning. It's obvious that entire warehouse needs to be filled with acid, along with the people. Okay, get to work. Organize and supervise the whole process. This needs to be done within a day. But I don't like you, Kurapov. I think that you've got the first level by a mistake. You unintentionally killed a loved one. He died by himself, and you assigned his death. Yeah? Look at the cameras, how I first fed him with the high molecular food that makes you fat right before your eyes. He got stuck between the bars, so I force fed him so the others can't get through too. I saw the recordings, but it seems that this Alexander wanted to die by himself. I requested recordings with sound. Soon I'll receive the answer, and then we'll deal with you. I was trapped. I knew if the curator would hear my conversation with Sanya, he'll understand that Sanya himself wanted to be fed. Sanya himself was obsessed with food and wanted to get fed as the sweet of the light. I was actually going to save him. I said this, and I'm pretty sure that there's a sound recording of this conversation. If he finds out, then they'll remove the first level of the ANTISPARE and will send me to the recycling, where I'll have to kill one person to prove that I really don't have spare. But I understood one thing: if you don't want to be reported, report first. I need to find some dirt on the curator. After all, everyone spares something. Have you dialed the command to transport acid? Yes, I've dialed it. But there's one thing. When pilots with acid tanks fly over the uranium warehouse to dump the acid, the fumes can rise vertically and they will die, but they don't know about it either. It's suggested that they not be told. What's then? There are only 10 people there. Are we sure we can send robots there? The more you drag out the time, the more you increase the chance of explosion at the uranium warehouse. And this means 2,000 deaths. Act faster. Maybe some other autopilots. Are you sparing people? Maybe stop suspecting me in spare. You're holding back the progress. Instead of finding the solution, you suspect me in spare. I'm not slowing down the progress. Everything is for the sake of progress. Let's discuss how sending robots to this accident will speed up the construction of a hyperlight space engine for the space exploration. Let's send robots there and people to the new uranium deposit. More uranium is required for the progress, but you forget that the radiation can disable electronics above the warehouse, so we'll lose the bots and we won't receive any results too. Do you even know how much resources are spent for the creation of one robot? How much people die for the creation of one robot? Around 100. And while you are talking here, you're increasing the chance of explosion on the uranium warehouse. Damn it! We need to save the people somehow! In our flying building. In just 1 minute, managers take decisions after what tens of thousands of people die. And you want to spare 200? This raises suspicions. You understand that among these 200 people there might be a genius that will accelerate the country's progress. What kind of people are there? They don't even have the second level of the ANTISPARE. Wait, what? That's where you've played yourself out, Kurapov. Turn on the television.
Attention to everyone who lives in the Lukoshkina area. Take a iodine pill, put on the respirators and close the windows. There was a powerful explosion at the uranium warehouse. 2,352 people died. They report that another 1,000 may die too.
Well, what did you wait for? You felt sorry for 200 people. Now you have to sort it out yourself. Look at the new task on the terminal. I looked at the computer and the task was updated there. To eliminate the consequences, it's recommended to send people without anti-spare level. Those who spare animals and themselves. We'll need 5,000 of them. They'll go to a certain death. Or you can send high-class specialists with high-quality equipment. They will also die, but no more than 500 people will be required. In the liquidation of consequences of nuclear explosion, speed is required, and therefore, the more people, the better. Therefore, take this into account, Mr. Manager of the first level of ANTISPARE. Come on! Is there any way to avoid deaths? And what did you think? How to govern a large state in your opinion? I don't know. Robots. We need more robots. Robots are the most complex invention. They're the most expensive and take the most time to produce. But that is not even the main problem. And what is the main problem? You forget that in radiation zone there's a strong interference on radio signals and the electronics. Robots will be just damaged there. Solve your problem and I'll go to the boss. A senior manager is calling me. He's the one who works with President himself. Okay, let's send 500 highly qualified specialists with good ammunition. At least we'll save 5,000 people. This time, without thinking and without shred of regret, I sent 500 people to the certain death. Yes, 500 people will die, but I felt some sort of the satisfaction. There was no other way. I saved 5,000 lives. Maybe through these 5,000 there will be a geniuses that will speed up the development. What? I started thinking like those bureaucrats. Think in terms of anti-spare. I don't want to be like that. I want to remain a human. Or maybe I need to be like that. So everything works and develops. Grapov, what have you done? As soon as I turned away for a minute, you made a stupid decision. What? What happened? Turn on the internal television. Oh, okay.
The emergency situation continues to escalate in the Lukoshkina area. We managed to take an interview from one of the residents.
What the hell is going on up there? Where are their brains? Why haven't they cleaned the consequences of the radiation yet, huh? Radiation is spreading with a terrible force. 1,000 people will soon die from radiation sickness. And what are these smart guys at the top doing? They sent 500 people with high-tech equipment. Who needs that? We need 10,000 people to eliminate the consequences. How many people we have walking around without level of anti-spare? They should have been thrown to eliminate the consequences. Or do they spare other people? They are only scammers at the management. They have the first level, yeah. They're only mama's boys at the top who feel sorry even for mosquito. Hey, you up there! We need a lot of people. The more, the better. People! Your problem has received a resonance. What have you done, you moron? Now we all will lose our positions. Screw these positions. We'll have to kill the loved one again to get back to our positions. I understood what this was leading to. I had a proven method to such cases. The denunciation button was pressed. I want to complain about my curator. He doesn't even have the third level of the anti-spare. Look at the cameras, he spares himself.
The denunciation has been accepted. My neural networks have analyzed your dialogue. Signs of spare have been found. Curator Sidonenko, your anti-spare status has been eliminated. You're being sent for recycling.
Oh, you bastard! Ah! A glowing thread came out from the bot. It wrapped itself around the curator's hands and took him away. Ivan Kurapov, I'm your new curator. We have the shortage of people at the first level of the ANTISPARE because everyone informs on each other. There are fewer and fewer people and no new people arriving, so I won't be able to devote much time to you. Are you sparing that there's not enough people? Huh? No, what are you talking about? There's just a lot more work for one person now. Are you sparing yourself? No, I don't spare myself. That's how it should be. The more work, the more tasks, the better it is for progress. You're wasting a lot of time on Cheta. You're slowing down the progress of creating the Hyperlight engine. And this is the main priority of the ANTISPARE. Yes, indeed. You have a new task. Look in the terminal. What? Other task? How much more? You're a newbie. You just haven't gotten used to it yet. Check your computer every 10 seconds. All 500 specialists are dead. The accident is not even eliminated by 10%. Immediate liquidation of the accident in the Lokoshkino area is required. Precipitation continues to spread. Every minute is 100 new deaths. Therefore, it's necessary to send 10,000 people without a certificate of ANTISPARE. The chance of survival is 0%. Or send 1,000 highly qualified specialists with high-tech equipment. The probability of their survival is 10%, but the development of the Hyperlight engine will slow down by 1/1000th of the percent. Solve it. I have a lot of my own problems. Sorry, I won't help you now. Okay, let's throw people there. 10,000 people. Send 10,000 people on liquidation of consequences of the nuclear explosion. After making this decision, I just stared to the nowhere, and I didn't even notice how the several hours passed, when suddenly the terminal beeped again. All 10,000 people died. The liquidation of the accident is not finished. What? But the precipitation is spreading more slowly. Phew. Now 2 people are dying every minute. About 3,000 per day. Options. Leave everything as is, or send 1,000 highly qualified specialists with high-class equipment and reduce the death rate. I'm confused. I need an advice. I called this coward colleague. Share your thoughts on what to do here. What there to think about? Leave it as is. Only 2 people per minute will die. But at this rate, 3,000 people die a day, and maybe 90,000 die a month. Exactly. Then send 1,000 special forces with equipment. They will be able to eliminate the consequences. Are you sure they would? Anyway, don't bother me. I have a task here. 90,000 people are at stake. What? And what task do you have? Don't tell anyone, but we have a rat in our flying building. The rat has a legitimate status of the ANTISPARE. If the rat continues the sabotage, 90,000 people will die. And I have a choice. Either to kill all the managers, this is you and me, or find a solution, how to figure out to find a rat that sabotage decisions leading to death of a large population. And then I wondered who this saboteur was, because of whom can 90,000 die. Your Honor, I propose that Kurapov be executed by burning at the stake. Please explain the essence of the accusation. 90,000 people will die because of him, because he regretted sending 200 people to their death when he needed to dose a burning uranium warehouse with neutralizing acid. He deliberately dragged his feet because he spared those 200 people. And this is against the laws of the ANTISPARE. This is the rat, this is the saboteur. I identified him. I'm not a rat, what are you talking about? The uranium warehouse exploded after a few hours after assigning task. The pilots wouldn't have had time to come there with the neutralizing acid. Even if so, do you remember what happened next? You spared sending 5,000 people to the certain death. to eliminate the consequences. They would have prevented the accident, and then they would have prevented the spread of the radiation. Even 5,000 wouldn't have been able to succeed. Your Honor, Kurapov was warned in his own terminal that there's a clear rule for eliminating the consequences of the radioactive explosions. And it says that the more consequences are sent to prevent the spread of radiation, the higher the chance of defeating it. He knew this all and sent only 1,000. The accident has not been fixed yet, and it needs to be sent more and more people to eliminate the consequences of it. This is what the spare leads to. Spared 200 people and paid with 90,000 lives. Oh great anti-spare, glory to you, thanks that you still exist. I was trapped. Logically, I was that one saboteur, because of which this whole snowball of continuous effects happened. I spared pouring acid at the 200 people at the uranium warehouse to quickly stop the fire, but because I was sparing them, the nuclear explosion happened. I thought deeply. Maybe the anti-spare is the right system. Tens of thousands of people would be alive if I hadn't shown spare once. It seems I really am to blame. Maybe I should accept the blame. No, that's bullshit! Anti-spare can't be a good system. People are the most important thing on the planet. But I need to somehow turn the tide of this trial. And I had an idea. And I think you should check my curator. He feels sorry for himself, his life, and his place in the government apparatus, right in front of you. I'm absolutely sure that he spares people. Check his first level of the anti-spare. There's something wrong there. A murky story. Note, he was given the task to find the saboteur who was causing the death of 90,000 people. There was a choice, either to find saboteur or to liquidate the whole management department. And he himself was a part of this management department. Well, they are going to eliminate me. And what if I'm not a saboteur? We will lose time and fall behind the development of the hyperlight engine. And what do you propose to do, Kurapov? Eliminate the whole management department. This way, we'll definitely delete the rat. A break is announced. I need to consult with the president. A liquidation of the whole management department is a very serious decision. It can greatly slow down the development of the hyperlight engine. I'll be away for a while. I'll be back soon. You're a spareful bastard. You feel sorry for your pathetic ass, and you're afraid of making the manly anti-spare decision. Well, they'll deprive us of first level. No big deal. We'll kill a loved one again and receive the first level. I don't spare anything for the sake of anti-spare. I was pretty good at playing the anti-spare fanatic. I also don't spare anything for the sake of anti-spare. Yes, you say that when you realize that you're cooked. What a winklings you have in the government. Remember, I see everything through you. I didn't see anything. I played and realized one truth. Every person spares something. And if he spares nothing, that means he spares himself. You got here through connections. Admit, what close one you killed. I have a right not to disclose this information. Silence! I know everything about you and some other curators. I didn't know anything. It was just bluff. I knew it, Zhenya blabbed. Well, so you know, Zhenya didn't kill anyone either. And you know why? Because all the Zhenya relatives are in our management. That local worker was telling the truth. There are only mama's boys here. But you won't succeed. We have everything under control. You'll be removed. Everyone, silence! Kurapov, the president wants to see you. Come with me. President? Kurapov, please, don't give me up. They'll remove me, my relatives, and Zhenya. Thanks for reminding me to do that. The judge was leading me through the corridors. We got up to the elevator and went up to the top floor. So, the president works here. Well, as I see, you don't even have a collar. Damn, you didn't even pass the probationary period, and such a honor, call to the president. Here's your collar. You can't go to the president without it. And why do I even need this? This is an additional privilege. It increases the speed of data transfer via NeuroShunt by 100 times. I put on a collar and felt a tingling sensation. When I tried to take this off, the sensation got stronger. It's definitely a trap. Okay, I'll deal with the collar later. We entered the presidential office, which looked like a hall. I saw the president sitting next to the terminal, which size was like a pool table. The graphs and numbers were running across it. He didn't even turn around and look at us. Excuse me, Mr. President, I brought you Ivan Kurapov, a suspect in the sabotage. This here. You may go, Your Honor. The judge left, and the president continued to go about his business as if nothing had happened. Are you sick or something? Ask the NeuroShunt through the collar to give you immunity. Nah, Mr. President, I'm fine. It's good that everything is fine. Everything is fine with him. And with country, not everything is fine. So, here we'll sacrifice the million people. And here we'll send 100,000 people. Excuse me, you were calling me. Why? Here 10,000. Listen, I'm rather busy right now. Wait a little. I waited for the several hours while the president was deciding the fate of the people. Okay, I've sorted this out for now. And you're our Kurapov. Kurapov. He started irritating me. It was as if he deliberately mangled my last name. Oh, never mind, Kurapov. I was told that you suggested eliminating the whole management department and thereby getting rid of the saboteur. Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. We'll eliminate the whole management team. But we won't just remove the first level of the ANTISPARE. We'll kill everyone. So we'll definitely get rid of the saboteur. It was too tough. I wasn't ready to die. We'll bring everyone to the stadium, tie them up, and pour them with the gasoline. And we'll sell tickets for 10,000. And for million, we'll give the opportunity to throw a match and burn down the stupid and rich government. I guess the people will be glad. What do you think, Kurapov? Burning is useless. Send us all to clean the uranium mess. You forget that people always need a scapegoat and need to be shown a culprit of the problem. And if the president will provide this to them, then my ratings will skyrocket and I'll be able to continue the ANTISPARE policy in order to complete the hyperlight. If I will be burned anyway, please tell me, what's the point of this hyperlight engine and why it's so important? Kurapov, you won't be burned. What? Moreover, you will be the head of a new government, which you'll recruit yourself. You are the highest level of the ANTISPARE. You was about to kill yourself to find the saboteur. You were ready to burn alive. Although of course I was bluffing. What kind of archaism is this? We're a high-tech country. But I'm just 16. I know, but you have a collar. It amplifies the NeuroShunt by 10 times. You can upgrade yourself to the level of the Einstein. I'll send you information about the hyperlight engine by NeuroShunt right now. There was a strong pain in my neck. Pictures of the ship, some different hypotheses, formulas flashed before my eyes. I clearly understood what needed to be done in the process of the hyperlight engine. But I didn't know one thing. Why? Go ahead, recruit a new management. Candidates with the first level of the ANTISPARE selected by the neutron networks were approaching to me. They all came up, and very quickly I've got 100 people. When suddenly I've seen a similar face in the distance. Major of the Patrol Service Vasiliev? Kurapov. I told you that I would find you. I will just pass the interview and you're done for. Have you killed a dearest one? And not just one. All to catch you, you little piece of Anyway, what are you even doing here? Are you being judged? I'm the president's chief commissioner here. What? Forgive me. I'll do anything for the sake of ANTISPARE. I'm conducting a recruiting. By the way, you're late. Okay then, I'll fly down and clean the robots. Wait, I accept you. Moreover, you'll be my right hand. Since you're a scumbag and I need to know how such ruthless people think, I will use your thoughts. Okay, I'll help you. The main task now is speeding up the construction of the damn hyperlight engine. I always thought about this and never understand why the managers didn't realize this. All we need to do is increase the number of the hyperlight launches with different hypotheses. I mean, like, test the new hypothesis as often as possible. But if you speed up the testing of the hypothesis, the pipes may overheat and the prototype may explode, and twice as much uranium will be needed. Oh well, not a big deal. We'll just send the compassionate ones there. Yeah, it was worth it that I took him. Maybe for the sake of the progress, we really need to stop sparing other people. ANTISPARE was like a very logical system for me. It worked, and the progress accelerated. So, 10,000 people die in the uranium mines. Well, let 20 die. I set a task, and after a few days one of the hypotheses gave a result. Managed to move the prototype faster than the speed of the light so far, but only for 1 meter. Well done, Kurapov. No one before you managed to achieve the progress of creating the hyperlight engine. Wait. What? Are you an idiot? What have you done, you idiot? Have you doubled the frequency of checking the heat thieves? And didn't you think about the cooling? Hyperlight pipes don't cool down. Damn! If the uranium inside those hyperlight tubes overheats, there will be an explosion. But that's not the worst thing. We'll lose the prototype and we'll be thrown back in several months. And you can send robots there. They'll have the interference with the electronics and it will get even worse. And you think I don't know about the robots? The main thing is that the pipe is 20 centimeters in the diameter and 10 meters long. No one can get in it. Even if the person crawls there, he will go blind because of the radiation and will have to scoop the uranium by feeling. Go, call your administration and think about it. I announced a meeting in horror. All the managers were finding the solution enthusiastically, and I fell into despair. Chief Commissioner of the President, why did you decide that the person cannot fit in the hyperlight tubes? 20 centimeters is the diameter of the tube. People won't get through. You forget that a child of 4 or 5 years can easily fit through a pipe with such diameter. What? We'll just tie the child up, lower him upside down to the hyperlight tube, and make him tie the end of the rope to the battery. And then we'll easily pull out the uranium charge. You'll pull out of the tube just a meat burned by the radiation. And are you sparing people? What are you doing? Do you want to put children in the radioactive pipes? That's right. The pipe is 20 centimeters in the diameter. The adults cannot fit through. The robots will have the interference with the electronics because of the radiation, and they'll fail. And how do you make it? Tie the rope to the little legs and lower them the head down. They need to crawl by a 10-meter pipe and tie the cable to the uranium battery that could explode at any moment. Then we'll take out the battery and dispose of it in the safe place. And get the child out. And the child will only have strength to crawl and secure the battery. Then he'll go blind. We don't need such character in our state. An unnecessary hassle with the disabled ones. I protest. Children are valuable material. We need to make another option. You're sparing children, aren't you? You're just pulling out the time. Colleagues, while Kurapov is telling the time, the pipes are heating up by 1 degree every hour. If we hold out for 24 hours, we won't be even able to put the child in there, because he will just be boiled at the very beginning. Either we start right now, or I ask you to consider the refusal of the Commissioner Ivan Kurapov as the act of despair. He will have to be removed from position. I was trapped again. In this world, it was impossible to show spare, and I had the highest level of the anti-spare. To get this level, you need to kill the last one. Of course I didn't do this. I received this level by trickery. And of course I couldn't send children to their deaths and put them into the radioactive hyperlight tubes. And there was no guarantee that the children would be able to crawl to these batteries and attach a rope to them to pull out the red hot batteries. Why the hell does our country even need a hyperlight engine? It wasn't clear to me. Yes, we'll save that prototype of the hyperlight engine, but at what cost? The price of children's lives, but I had no choice. To be fair, I was afraid more for myself, not for the children. I don't spare children. Why should I spare children at all? They're the most useless segment of the population. Okay, I set the task in the terminal. Find 10 smartest children without the level of the anti-spare aged 4 or 5 years old. We'll quickly train them, and so they do not resist, we'll inject them. I applied to the narrow shunt to look at the library of the substances. We'll inject them non-bistine. They won't feel anything and they'll just follow our orders. Don't you feel sorry for children at all? No, I don't spare them at all. And why do you ask me such questions? Well, I don't know, it seemed that you were slow in completing the task. I'll help you. I'll check. Hey, Vasiliev, come here. Do you think I don't know what you are doing? You want to catch me on spare to denounce me, just as I denounced you once. But believe me, you won't be succeed. I am the anti-spare. I don't spare anything. And I'll prove it. You know what? The very first one who will go to the radioactive pipe and grab the uranium battery will send... Vitya Vasiliev. He is turning 5 soon. He is much smarter than the other 4 years old. But his head is still so small that it can fit through 20 centimeters pipe. Wait, that's my... Continue. This is your son. I don't hear you. Are you sparing your son for the needs of the state? Huh? I'm ready to make this sacrifice for the sake of anti-spare. Don't forget who is in front of you. I'm the president, chief commissioner. I have the database to any person on earth. And I know that you have a 3-year-old daughter. We'll send your second. Lisa? But she's too weak to secure the cable to the battery. We're making this for the progress. To achieve the hyperlight engine and move through the space. Or are you sparing children? Huh? Okay, let's prepare 60 children at once. We have 20 tubes. For each one child, and 2 in reserve. I skillfully learned how to play a game of anti-spare. Of course, I felt bad for the children. Incredibly bad. A few hours later, kids were standing in the row, already stoned, and they were listening to my instructions. I welcome you all. So, you are all heroes, real superheroes. You will all go to carry out the most important task in our country, No one but you will be able to do this. Robots break down because the invisible waves damage their microcircuits. But those waves, they don't affect you in any way. They're harmless for you. You need to crawl through a pipe for 10 meters. At the end, there will be a glowing uranium battery. You'll need to attach the cable to the handle of the uranium battery and quickly get out of there. If anyone from you will succeed, everyone will receive the immune status of the ANTISPARE. By the way, does someone know what's the immune status of the ANTISPARE? I know, this is the ANTISPARE certificate in which you don't have to kill anyone and no one can take it away. Right you are. And this certificate will be given to your parents too. By the way, what's your name, boy? My name is Vitya. Oh, Vitya. I thought that I'll come up with something, or something will happen as it always happened, and I'll escape this hard situation. But it was getting more and more into the dead end. The entire state machine was watching at me. Mr. Kurapov, the briefing of the children is over. Release the first one. And who you sent first? Major Vasiliev. Release Vitya. Vitya? Are you sure? That's not very logical. He's the most nimble. Maybe we should experiment with the more stupid children at first. Nuances and new facts will emerge. Maybe. There's no way to get that uranium battery at all. But this way, we'll save Vitya. I know what you are doing, Kurapov. You're making me show despair, but it won't work. I got rid of whole my family except the children. I have no more loved ones. But now, the time has come. It's time to sacrifice them for the sake of great ANTISPARE. I felt that we both were playing this game of ANTISPARE. We were like cars rushing along each other on the highway. And it was only left to wait. Who turned first? The one who turned will fall into the ditch, and the one who didn't turn will stay alive and will continue moving on. But what if no one will turn? Damn it, admit you're spare! You feel bad for him. He is your son. I won't denounce you. Admit it. You denounced me twice. Why should I believe you? Just if you don't admit it, I'll go all the way. Believe me, I don't spare your son. Moreover, I have a plan. I want to make a coup d'etat. I'm the closest one to the president, and I need your help. You know, you're right, but there's one thing. I don't trust you. He pressed the denunciation button. The robot flew in. Check Ivan Kurapov on cameras. Check the sound. He planned the sabotage against the ANTISPARE. This is the worst crime.
Access denied.
What?
Access denied.
You stupid bot! Check on cameras! He planned the sabotage against the ANTISPARE!
Access denied.
What's happening? Bot A246. What's the reason for the refusal?
Ivan Kurapov, the President Chief Commissioner. When a person of such level can only make a denunciation by another Chief Commissioner, I cannot accept the denunciation. Access denied.
You may go, bot 246. Wow, I didn't even know that you can snitch on me. But I can snitch on you. Come on, denounce me, but please, leave my son alive. I won't snitch on you. Moreover, I'll need you. What? I'll do anything for you. Just say what to do. I have an idea, but I can't share it. I think that Daniel Roshund and the caller are listening to us. Please, trust me. If you think that I'll do something scary, do not interfere, okay? Okay. So, the very first entrance in the radioactive tube we'll make with the smartest child, Vitya Vasiliev. I analyzed the data And it turns out that we have a special material which has the best thermal insulation in the world. So the child is not too hot and will able to crawl to the end of the pipe and tie the rope. Unfortunately, it lets the radiation through. While we were talking here, the pipes heated up for 50 degrees, and this is necessary. And my dad told me when I'll complete the task, he'll buy me Lego for 5,000 pieces. And I will assemble the hyperlight engine out of it, and I'll help the country to develop. Yes, Vitya, and I'll buy you the new VR console. Come on, put on this anti-thermal cover. Oh, yeah, sure. I personally supervised this task, but sitting in the comfortable chair through my terminal. The prototype of the hyperlight engine was on the ground, around 1 kilometer from us. The children were taken there too. I saw one of the employees stuffing a moving black bag full of hopes to play Lego. I was spareless. Suddenly, our building shook. A hum and rumble began to be heard. All the terminals switched off, and the voice of the president was heard in my communicator. Damn, Kurapov, what have you done? You explode our most priority task, the prototype of the hyperlight engine. But that's not even the main problem. We have a new nuclear explosion. Everyone in the flying building, take a lying position. Fasten yourselves with the belts thrown from the floor. Our flying building will now be transferred 100 kilometers from the epicenter of the nuclear explosion. And you, Kurapov, urgently send 10,000 people without ANTISPARE certificate to eliminate the consequences of the nuclear explosion. I hope that this will be enough. And if not, send 100,000. And in the meantime, I'll figure out how the explosion actually happened.